Hey guys, welcome to Fishing with Stro, or Stro Fishing, either one. My name is Stro Fishing, but you can call me either one. So before I get into my first video that I'm going to be showing you guys, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. So the first time I got into fishing, well, I was fishing since I was like 1, so I've been fishing my whole entire life, which has been almost 15 years now in September. And my channel is going to be mostly bass fishing, maybe sometimes northern muskie, sometimes, I don't know, walleye, smallmouth. It's going to probably mostly be smallmouth because that's the most common where I fish, the lake that I fish, I should say. I live in central Wisconsin, New London, small town, 7,000 population, and where I'm going to be mainly talking about, like where I fish, is the Wolf River, where it comes through New London, and then this other lake that I fish way up in northern Wisconsin, up by like Lake Michigan, Vilas County. It's Laurel Lake. It's really good for bass fishing. It's amazing. We usually go there 3 times a year. We have a campsite there. No one really fishes on that lake except us and my grandpa, grandma, some of my other family, and this other cabin that has up there, but so it's really not fished a lot. Kevin Van Dam actually went up there. I believe it was 2 summers ago, and he has a video on it on his channel, so you should go check that out. But this lake is a very small lake. It's weeds, lots of weeds around the banks, rocks. On the east side, it's lots of rocks and wood, and then more on the north, south, and west side, it's mostly weeds. And right in the middle, there's some rocks and weeds combined. So anyways, my first video I'm going to be talking about to you guys is going to be about shallow diving crankbaits, like this one that I have in my hand. So let's get into it first. Alright, so the first one I'm showing you guys is this Strike King KVD. I don't know what it's called. I've had it for a long time. It's little square bill, dives 0 to 4 feet, I believe. It's in a like a sexy shad, normal shad color. I like to throw this bait around lots of cover because that's why the square bills here, that's what they're made for, to deflect off cover like this. So there's like less hookups with branches or rocks or weeds. You get less snags, let's just say, which is really helpful when you're fishing in thick cover, which is where them big bass like to be in the summertime and late and early spring, post pre-spawn. This one I've caught a decent amount of fish on this past summer and fall. I got it actually in March last year, so about a month from now, and it's 1 year anniversary. But yeah, it's a really good bait if you know how to use it. I haven't really used this one particularly a lot, but I have one similar in a different color that I used so much this past summer, and it's unbelievably good, especially on wood areas with rock. So, but with this one, all the research I've done on this one, you really want to fish this one slow because these ones have really tight wobbles. So if you want to get a lot of action, you should fish it a little bit slower, which I usually do in the springtime and the fall when the water's a little bit colder than early summer, late summer, midsummer, when the water's like 60 degrees, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110. Just kidding, it doesn't get that warm, but yeah, this is a good little bait. The paint job is holding up. If you can tell, the eyes look pretty realistic there. These are silent. I really like silent lures on the lake that I fish because it's super clear. Like I think it's 12 feet that we can see bottom at yet. Yeah, so I like silent because, and on clear lakes, just to tell you guys, you have to fish with natural color looking baits, so you can't throw some of this fire tiger, freaking chartreuse, yellow whatever color you want to throw. I don't care, but I like to stick with the more natural color like this. Unless I'm on the river, which I would throw something like this. See, and I'm done. Alright, so let's move on to this one. This is Backstab Lures. This is like their first lure that they've made that has the lead treble hook. See, it's on the front, if you can see that. The reason they did that is for when fish, they come up and they bite and grab a hold of it, the hooks here get caught on the top of the mouth, so there's less, when they throw up, they can't throw the bait out of their mouth, which really sucks, to be honest. If you're a fisherman, you know what I'm talking about. When you have the big bass on it and it jumps and throws your lure, it sucks. But yeah, this one has, if you can hear that, it has pretty good rattles, which means I would throw this more on a murky lake, muddy lake. Yeah, it's dives 0 to 4 feet, which is really nice. And if you can tell, I threw this on rocks so much this past fall, which is when I got it. And I also got one in my, my tackle grab, the monthly subscription box that I got last month, my January box. I got one of these in a different color. Yeah, so this one, it's more like, this one is a great lure if you want. I like to use this on the Wolf River, which is the river I fish around me. I caught, the biggest one I caught on this was actually like 5 pounds, 20 ounce, or 20 inches, I think. Yeah, I caught it with this lure. I remember the exact thing, because it hit it right at the boat. I hit it off this log that was sticking out of the water, and reaction strike, just boom, and it hit it. It was pretty awesome. So next I will be talking about lipless crankbaits, like these two. This is like a more crawdad color, and this is more natural shad, silver, white, and black. These I like to throw in fall when the bass are schooled up and they're feeding on dying shad, dying bait fish, because the water's getting cold. So this is a 1/2 ounce, so I like to throw this in really windy situations so I can get that bait out there. Let it sink down to the bottom, which is what I usually do, because that's where most shad go when they're dying. They float down to the bottom, so all the fish are on the bottom waiting for that shad to fall down to the bottom, just like this is supposed to represent, and then it just hammers it when it sees this movement. Like, and this one has lots of rattles like that, so that's good for murky water, I guess, in low light conditions. But I haven't really caught much on this one, but trust me, on this one I kill them in the early, like, spawn, post spawn. It's like a, if you can see that, it's like a pumpkin with a red. It's good. Just throw this in. I threw this actually this past summer at another lake that's up in northern Wisconsin, Pelican Lake. I caught a few on that there, but you just bounce it off. I like to fish it almost like jigging. You just rip it through. Just don't let slack in the line. That's what I like with these lipless crankbaits, because they just sink and just look bad. I don't know, but yeah, make sure. Here's a tip for all crankbaits, even these deep diving crankbaits, this bluegill, any crankbait. Just make sure that you're close to cover. You're on the bottom, ripping it through cover, hitting rocks. Make sure your bait's deflecting off of stuff, because a lot of times when it deflects off of like a rock or something, the bass will be sitting there waiting, and then it does that, and it's just a reaction strike because of the new side angles that it's giving it. So it's going to be coming and then hit the rock, and it's going to like flip like that, which causes a lot of bass to hit over reactions. So that's probably one of the best tips I can give you for any crankbait that you're using. Main crankbaits, they're alright. They're not my top go-to lure. I like flukes the best. I don't know why, but I just catch fish on them like crazy. I was gonna name my channel Fluke Master, but that guy, he already has that, and he's really good. I've watched him in a few tournaments. He's he's pretty good, so I didn't want to like copy that. So yeah, that's my first video on fishing shallow diving crankbaits like this one. Make sure you like my videos, subscribe please. I'm a new channel, I need to start to get some subscribers now. Follow my friend Fishing with Muskie. He's getting videos on YouTube just like mine. His are a little bit more better, I don't know. But yeah, that's it for this video. Like, subscribe, share, do everything. See ya.